Game number 3 in this all-important series. In this best of 3 in the Hidden Community Cup, we've got Zeta2, famous for not researching Loom and still winning the game. Fantastic job from him in game number 2. He is playing as the Franks. And then here in the blue, we have Turbo Weasel playing as the Japanese. This is Turbo Weasel's home map. And Turbo Weasel will be very happy that the players are far apart now, because in the previous game, Zeta2 was all up in his face all the time. This map is Bay. People call it pants or shorts or overalls, or I don't know. It just depends, I guess, on what the attire in your closet looks like. But this is Bay, and the Bay area here is very important. And Japanese tells me that Turbo is going to take advantage of the Bay and fish. Now, the last time that I covered this map, it was 900 elo, and one player docked, and the other one didn't at all. So I think there's a chance that players won't fish here. At 1,000 elo, and I guess Turbo's 1,100, I would expect that. It is really helpful for your economy. But I wonder if Zeta just thinks, I'm Franks. Let's simplify my game. Let's just go for scouts. And, yeah, I could easily see that being the case here. I do not think that these players know that we're casting this. FYI. They were not told. So, maybe they found out. Maybe one of their buddies. Maybe Zeta 1 or Zeta 3 messaged Zeta 2 and said in their Zeta language that I am currently casting this, but... Okay, so Red weakens the board with the TC, finishes it off with the villagers. Okay, but bigger question. Will Zeta get Loom this game? 1 in chat if Zeta will research Loom. 2 in chat if Zeta will not research Loom. Get your votes in. Very important business here. I am actually going yes, because this is a more standard opening compared to most games, whereas the previous game was Hidden Forts, which was a bit different. And so I'm thinking... and Zeta, you're not creating villagers now, my friend. Please create villagers. Oh, Zeta's attacking the villager building the dock! Oh, this is big news. Big news. Big deal. Big deal. Villager. Quick wall! Quick wall! It's 1,000 elo! What am I expecting? Boom! Zeta2 denies the dock. That's sick. But yeah, I'm thinking he knows the scout build order, and he's used to getting Loom before he goes to Feudal Age. Whoa! 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 Okay, okay. Hold on a second, Zeta. All right, don't get too cocky here. Did you guys see that? I don't know what the rules are here in this tournament, but he kills the man's villager, and then watch this. He flexes on him. Sup, bud? Yeah, you damn right I killed that villain, and then as he runs away. Wow. Moonwalking in front of the enemy. That is just fantastic. Well played. Of course, for those that don't know, Zeta has no control over that. That is just a bug that is hopefully never fixed. The moonwalking is classic, but yeah, maybe Turbo now is like, I want to return the favor, and I would like to deny the dock. And I don't think there's going to be a dock at all from Zeta. Zeta already milled. Franks have that forage bonus. And Zeta... Zeta's got a lot on wood for a player who isn't going to dock, though. Dang. Yeah, I don't know anymore. I think we might have a villager go out that way. Now, Turbo lost the villager. However, now the dock is creating fishing ships. So Turbo should have a better economy in the long run. And here comes Zeta to try and dock. And Turbo... didn't see a dock, and Turbo's now going home. And now Zeta is looking for the dock, and is going to build the dock, and will apparently fish. Also bringing in the boar. Weakens it with the TC. Finishes it off with the Vills like a pro. So fishing ships will come out here soon for Zeta. Both players going to fish. I like it. But I think Turbo... has a much better build order. The dock was up rather early. Everything's designed around getting fishing ships out fast and then getting the food for Feudal Age as quickly as possible. And if Turbo Weasel wants to, Turbo Weasel can go Feudal Age now. Go up! Stonks in chat. I think he thinks he's clicked. Turbo. I think the Weasel thinks they're on the way to feudal age. Oh boy, Turbo is angry about the villager situation and is attacking. And definitely had feudal the clicks for a second. Then misclicked it. Now Scout going for the kill. And oh, he trades a life for a life. That's okay. I mean, you die like that, you probably feel quite honorable. You probably feel like you've done your people a solid. So it's better than dying underneath TC, which is what happened to Blue in the previous game. Well, what's interesting here is Turbo Weasel does not think his opponent has docked. Wow. Turbo Weasel thinks his opponent is not on water. So Turbo Weasel, wait. Okay, still doesn't see the fish, which means Turbo Weasel doesn't have much of a reason to make Navy. Now, maybe he is going to make the Navy anyways to just control the shoreline because that's a safe play. But that's interesting. Now, Red has a scout. The enemy does not. And Red is not exactly scouting to see if Blue is doing anything, which I think would be ideal. But Red is trying to distribute villagers properly on the different resources. Is going to take some gold. Is going to get some walls down. And now Blue's in feudal age, and that might freak you out a little bit if you're Red. That's a big difference in uptimes. But yeah, it's funny. Blue's fishing ships can't actually see that Red is on water. So if anyone's going to make fire galleys here, it is probably going to be Red. So it's funny. Red's build order was late, but some might argue it was calculated because Blue now, without a scout, and based on how this game is played out, just assumes the opponent's not there at all. But actually, hold on. No, he saw a fishing ship. And now he's making a fire galley, and now this is immediately quite good for Turbo Weasel. But, I mean, Red's eco is pretty good as well. And Red's going to go for a second dock. And Red is definitely thinking about just walling. This area is still open. We'll see if Red notices that at some point. Matrix says, T90, do you play poker? I have played poker. I don't really play regularly. I think I haven't played in a few years. Not really that big into it. I like, appreciate it. I actually watched poker a decent amount in the past, but no, I don't really play it. Okay, so a stable now for Turbo. I really like Turbo's approach. And now Fires is going to come out. Zeta, I assume, wants to make Fires out of 2 docks. Just can't afford it just yet. And is under an awful lot of pressure. So Turbo is going Fires to kill the fish. And Scouts to get map control. However, Red is full walling. But you can't, like, walling to the dock does not stop Scouts from going this way on this map. That's why in Hidden Cup players would wall to this edge here. Because things can still pass here. It's going to be demos. It's going to be fires. Fishing ships are going to go down. And even another dock now from Blue. Blue's in a great spot. This is going to be really tough for Red right now. And still no loom! We were wondering if he would get it. Oh, disaster. Oh, man. Pain. Pain. Boom. Wow, Blue microed that? Dang. Blue actually pulled back. Red is struggling to produce out of both docks. And now has scouts that could come into his base as well. Maybe Castle Age would be the best option here. I've noticed something that Red is extremely good at, and that is producing villagers. In this game, and also the previous game, has way less idle TC time. So that's a really good strength to have. Blue seems to be taking a lot of initiative here. And while the fish is slowly running dry, still has the food eco from that. No farms yet for Blue. I'm not ready to say this game is over yet. Red needs to drop a barracks, and Red needs spears right away. Especially for a player who has a tendency not to research Loom. Red needs to learn to make some spearmen if more scouts are out. You know that's not the starting scout at this point. Ooh, this is nifty, though. Using the dock to block the fire. Whether or not this is intentional, I'm not sure. But one of those ships isn't hitting red. Still, ship's going to be on the way. Zeta says, I'm Frank's. I'll just make my own scouts. Let's go. And still has not researched Loom. Do we have a 1,000 elo player that doesn't know about Loom? Oh my. Oh my. Oh my god. Turbo. Stop doing this to the poor soul. He clearly doesn't know. It's just rude. Oh god. Oh god. I can't bear to watch it. I can't bear to watch it. Oh, everything else is so good. Just get Loom. Please. Oh, man. He won the previous game down by 25 villagers, though. So I'm not ready to give up on him. It's a very easy thing to fix. Just get Loom, all right? I don't care if someone says Loom is overrated, blah, blah, blah. No, just literally, just simplify your life. Get Loom before you go to Feudal Age. Life will be better. All right? Scouts. Out and about for red. Red needs a counterattack. 11-1 eco KD. But resources collected is very even because Zeta 2 is always producing more vills. Imagine if Loom was in. Previous game would have been much easier. And in his best of 3, maybe it would make all the difference. Let's see. Now, blue isn't fully walled. Blue has spears, though, knowing that scouts were out. I like how it didn't take blue very long time. Red's distracted. Red's distracted. Okay. I wonder if at some point, if red starts to attack blue's vills, if red's going to be like, man, his vills... do they have armor or something? Why are they so much stronger than mine? Another stable now for red. Red is off of gold entirely because the villagers on gold died. And Turbo Weasel likely going to be on the way to Castle Age here soon. Zeta 2's packed with the devil. He can produce a lot of vills, but he can't research Loom. Yeah. It must be some type of devil pact. Farming eco is fantastic. Love the amount of spearmen here from Turbo Weasel. Good stuff from red to micro away. And Turbo Weasel going to click up to the next stage in a moment. And did a nice job to mix in farms too. Remember at one point it was mainly just the fishing ships? Now will we see fish traps at this elo? Because these 8 fishing ships don't have any fish to fish on now. I think Turbo's going to do it. Ooh, let's go, Turbo. Yeah, that's huge. All right, fish traps on the way. Red is pretty much finished on the water, so... okay, if you could use any breakfast food to describe Zeta 2's current situation, which breakfast food would you choose? Right? Something you'd eat for breakfast to describe this situation. Okay, toast. Thank you. I'm not sure about eggs and bacon, though. I'm not sure. He's not quite sizzling, you know? There's no sizzle to Zeta 2's situation. It's only splat. Beans? Okay, I know where you're from. Beans for breakfast. Actually, I will say... I'm assuming you're from the UK with beans. I will say a proper English breakfast is actually fantastic. But only when I'm like, it's one of those things when in Rome, you know, or I guess like London. Croissant, thank you for the dono. Says a 6-pack of Klondike bars costs somewhere between $5 to $7 on average. Here you go, treat yourself. Oh, thank you. Like I said, though, I don't want to buy ice cream and bring it into my home. I prefer to overpay going to an ice cream shop than buy a pack of Klondike bars or any type of ice cream because I just can't control myself. But I appreciate the gesture anyways. I will definitely use that towards ice cream at some point. Okay. 3 stables. Zeta 2 refuses to get loom, sees the opponent's made spearman, and refuses to deviate from the plan. Classic Franks, right? I think we're going to see knights, and we're going to see a castle drop here from Zeta 2. Zeta 2 is scouting the map with some of these extra scouts right now. That's always nice to know if blue is expanding. And blue clicking the man-at-arm upgrade now. So it might be like pikemen, knights, longswords. Interesting. Zeta 2 building a town center on the gold. I like that. I like the immediate thought to get eco upgrades and get blacksmith upgrades. It's like, I'm in the next stage. Boom. What can I do? Economically, wood upgrade. Militarily, blacksmith upgrades. And then making the army. And then dropping the TC. That is really good stuff. Blue is pikemen positioned in different areas. Just in case there's going to be an attack. But hasn't used the faster castle age to attack. And probably seems to have all the units split up right now. So it might be a bit difficult to break red. T90, what do you suggest Zeta switch to? Axemen is actually really good. Axemen are a bit slow, but Franks don't really have a better option. Except for hand cannons and imps, so... A castle to defend yourself and mixing an axeman against pikes and longswords is fantastic. But the castle hasn't been built yet. And still no freaking loom! Please, Zeta! 1 minute of TC idle time is amazing for this elo. This is stressing me out. I think this is ruining it for me. I don't know if I can cast this, guys. I can't bear it. It brings me pain. Okay, no loom. We got Town Watch, but no loom. Okay. Says screw loom. Knights are here. Knights will kill those longswords. And yeah, the Turbo was keeping the pikes at home to defend. If the pikes came forward, it actually would have been helpful. We're going to see some pikes join in the attack soon. No reason to run away from this fight. The Knights are going to dominate every time. Now, when the pikes get spotted, I think is when Zeta will feel a castle's needed. If Zeta feels that the throwing axemen are needed. We, of course, don't know about that. Okay, now pikes are here. Now, these are Japanese pikes. This is a scary predicament. And it's even scarier that loom is not researched. Okay, Siege Workshop. Couple Scorpions can always be helpful against the pikes. The Knights are going to leave now. So Zeta thinks, I'll just go raid him then. Because I can't use my my Knights here. Couple Spearmen going down. Stressful times. TC gets garrisoned. Maybe when he clicks the TC, he will click a certain upgrade. Kind of doubt it, though. Panic is setting in. Lots of idle time. Blue's got plenty of units. Zeta has 1,100 stone. He is saving stone for future generations, apparently. When he passes, because of no loom, his children and his children's children, oh, they will have stone for castles. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, big moment. Big base trade. Big pressure moment. Blue right now is staring at this like, oh, my God! I'm winning this series! And you know what he doesn't realize? No, he did realize it. Oh, I'm so judgmental. Never mind. He did realize it. And now there's a hole! Oh, no. Panic! Panic! Uh-oh. Oh, God. Now we've got a castle here. We've got dead bodies here. We've got dead bodies here, even. And we've still got dead bodies here. What's happening? It's a base trade. There's no pikes at home anymore. Zeta keeps moving around. The castle is going up, but the villagers don't have looms, so they're dying. And it's still somehow quite close here. Oh, man. The Knights having all that extra attack means they're just shredding. The castle, please complete it. Please complete it. Please. Okay, the castle goes up. And again, Zeta If Zeta would have just researched the loom, Zeta would be in such a good position. But hey, I mean, castle goes up. Need to get the villagers back to work here. Need to make some axemen. Axemen would be delightful here. Nice shot from Blue. The Blue's got a lot of army. So, you know, the issue for Blue in the previous game was killed a lot of vills, but didn't have the resources for army. There's no answer for Zeta 2, out in the field anyways, for these pikemen. And so, with that being the case, the fact that we're not seeing axemen worries me for Zeta. Not quite as much as the lack of loom, but yeah. Okay, here's a question. Because Zeta's lost 33 vills. How many vills does Zeta lose if everything else that just happened... Oh my god, he's massacring villagers here. What's happening? How many vills do you think Zeta loses with loom? I'm going to say like 15. Against pikes? I think half. Maybe not even. Oh boy. Oh god. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh, it's a messy one, people. This is Age of Empires. This is Age of Empires. This is relatable content. TC gets garrisoned again. It is the third game in a best of 3. And now, Zeta can maybe chill. These knights killed 34 units. These knights killed 20 villagers. These knights deserve a medal. They deserve a plaque. And they are going to die in the battlefield now, which is what any true warrior would want. So, these 3, they're actually going to be viewed as cowards when they go home. It's a whole thing, but it's okay. I think it's good that they're alive here for Zeta. So yeah, I think Zeta doesn't know Axeman would be a good play here. Scorpions in combination with Knights is always pretty nice as well, though. Someone says I think Zeta is stressed. I mean, they both got to be stressed, right? Like that. There's no way that hearts weren't thumping throughout that moment, but I think Zeta knows one thing: eco and Knights. And the Japanese with pikemen and longswords have kind of found the answer to that. And there's now enough pikes that can move forward. There's also enough pikes at home. Castle fire, though, really helping. Nice job from Zeta to back up towards the castle. Scorps are a good idea, though. Yeah, they are. It's just awkward to control them, right? You need a couple Scorpions combined together with your Knights, and then suddenly the fights can be better. Turbo Weasel, 54 eco. It is just 50 eco for Zeta. And we are going to see a forward castle, apparently, from Turbo Weasel. Oh, man. Why do I feel like this isn't going to go up? Actually, bringing the longswords over to the pikes. Yep. Has the army in position now. I like this castle. At the high level, you build this castle and you immediately try and go Imperial Age to tread down the opponent's castle. At this level, it's just a really good position to have. Oh boy. Blue's army. Blue's army can't get... Oh no! Blue's army is now no longer able to protect the villagers. They've gone too far forward. And the siege hops out from the other side. What a funny situation. And now it took some time, but the pikes make it back over. And they've got to weave their way through this maze to somehow get to the siege and somehow get over here to complete this castle. But I guess... Oh god, now the same thing's going to happen. Now the pikes are on the wrong side again. And these villagers are too afraid to go to the castle. Please tell me there's another mangonel. Oh, it'd be so funny if the same thing happened again. Oh, this is so funny, man. Oh, what a game. Villager's gonna die because it doesn't have loom. So, rip to that Ville. Here comes Blue. Here comes Blue again. Okay, red probably was expecting this. So red's going to attack. Red will kill some Vills here. But the pikes are there. The pikes are there now. The Mangonel probably won't be in time. But with how this game has gone, who even knows? What is this guy doing here? No, don't you dare bring the pikes in here again. Just stay next to the Vills for a second. Actually, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. Whew, it's fine. All right. Well, Zeta's gonna make another castle. And so 2 castles beats 1. That's just basic math. Pikes from blue are going to come in and slice a bunch of villagers up because they still don't have loom, but it's okay because red didn't have loom before, so why should we need it now? Garrison happens. The pikemen are kind of in trouble. The knights are going to say, hey, attack me. You counter me. Ha ha. Ha ha. Just kidding. I'm going to micro nerd. Ha ha. You're dead. Nice play, red. And now, this is where all those phrases that I mention or some other people mention comes to your mind. And it's like, what do you do here? You've got castle v castle. Army's kind of dead. The next natural thing is... Sorry, I need to clear my throat. The next natural thing to do is... just chill out and make a monastery to get this relic and go up to Imp! Yes, thank you, Blue. There we go. I like it. And actually, I wonder if Zeta is also idling. It kind of feels like Zeta wants to go Imp. This game isn't over, guys. 2 castles against 1 in a Trebor could be very good. But yes, go up to Imp! Exactly. Yeah, Zeta's idling too. Wow, we're seeing idling as well. He's got so many tactics. And he still doesn't research loom. I just... I have to ask questions. Red, sometimes people, they're a complicated case, right? And it's like, man, for that person to get better, they need to work on that and this and that and the other thing. It's very rare that I could just say one simple thing and like clickbait to be like, you won't believe this single trick that gained him 200 elo. That's not how the game normally works. With you, it does work that way. Okay? So, just saying. Blue's gonna snag a relic. That's great. I mean, Blue's economy is fantastic. The eco upgrades are just fantastic. And we see another castle now from Blue. Now, the key for you, Blue, is to protect your trebs. So I'm not in love with this castle. I'd prefer it be closer to the walls here, but it's not bad. You just need to make sure that you don't have your trebs in a position that the knights can attack it, and you probably win this game. Red's done the right thing to also go to Imp, but Red doesn't really... I think Red just knows Franks make castles, Franks make knights, and that's pretty much Red's experience. Red, by the way, only has 35 ranked games. Blue's got like 200. So I think we're seeing part of that. Isn't that impressive, though? Is anyone else mind blown by that stat? 17 wins, 17 losses for Red in ranked. That's amazing. And we all know, like, we've either played as Franks or we played against the people who are Franks. They make knights, they make farms, they make castles. And then if that doesn't work, a lot of people just don't have anything else in them. Now, we don't know. Maybe Red's a god against the AI, I don't know any more about Zeta 2 than just the 17 wins, 17 losses. Okay, Turbo just does not care about your castles. Turbo looks at the castles and laughs, apparently. 2 castles. A whole army died here before. And Turbo says, who cares? I'll make more. I'll just make more. Maybe a little bit distracted by the night raid. Nice raid here from Zeta. Actually, very worth it if the... Oh, God, it's paying off. It's paying off. No loom is a problem. No trebs is a problem for Blue. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, man. Okay. Zeta instantly making trebs. Blue is making trebs now. But blue might not have an army to protect the Trebs right away. Oh, man. These knights are just going to run right in. Oh, God. I can't look. Oh, it's going to be a massacre. Vills are getting two-shotted. Focus is probably on the Trebs. It does look like Zeta was maybe microing here as well. Props to Zeta for that. But blue's economy is flying. We even have the Halb upgrade. And blue might be worried about losing this position, but the economy for blue is just still so good. Is going to click the knights in now against the Trebs. And, well, I think blue will also click the longswords in against the Trebs. And now the villagers come in to repair the Trebs. The castle's being repaired by blue. I would not want to be a villager in red's economy. And I would not want to be a military unit in blues, right? If you're a military unit in blues force, you just run right to your death all the time. And if you're a villager in Zeta 2's eco, I mean, you're not going to be alive for very long. The GG is called, and it was a hilarious game. Great game from both of them. Great fight. Salutes in chat, please, for both of them. Zeta might not have won the series, but I think he won our hearts. And yeah, that's Hidden Community Cup. That's what it's all about, right? That was great, man. And we got to see some unique things in this game. We saw the early villager kills from the scouts. We got to see the, you know, some of the things you see at a high level, just different timings of the fights on water, the importance of water, the importance of land. We had counterattacks, infantry, cav, castles, aggression, defense. And like I said, I think if Zeta... The problem for Zeta in this particular game was just the no loop situation, right? Pikemen shouldn't kill villagers that quickly. But God, I think one of the funnier things I've seen in a long time is when blue is trying to drop this castle. I need to rewatch this again. I can't believe that happened. It's just like such a specific... Like so many specific things need to happen in order for that situation to play out as it did. And it was just perfect. Okay, so let's rewatch. So this feels perfect. Blue's got pikes and longswords against knights and needs to go for a castle drop, but drops it up against the opponent's walls. And then doesn't have any support here. And then the siege hops out too. So the siege is out. The knights are here. Oh, man. And that's not all either. I think we had like a part 2 to this situation, right? So blue's sending the units this way to deal with the knights. And now the knights are coming back here. So now the pikemen... This is so funny. Now the pikemen are out of position. And now the pikemen are like, okay, we need to come back in again. And he does end up doing that, to his credit, which is good. He comes in. He takes out the siege. If only red was making another mangonel. But now the knights just say, oh, okay. And now blue is stuck on this side of the wall. And I think he got annoyed by it. And so I think he started to attack the wall, so this wasn't an issue anymore. And then I forget if he took the wall piece out or not. Oh, no! Then he's like, no, this is taking too long. No, this is taking too long. So he doesn't even finish the wall. And then he just loops around again in the first place. Now, this is where I wish... My dream scenario is if red had another mangonel in queue this whole time. And he's able to have another one here. Because this whole thing kind of repeats. Yeah, like right now, if the mangonel is out, this castle still doesn't go up. That could have decided the game. But, you know, he did Q1. He was thinking of it. But finally, the pikes are kind of in the right position. And oh my God, dude, I was crying. My eyes actually kind of hurt right now for whatever reason. That was just so freaking funny. I hope I didn't yell too much into the mic there. And I hope people really enjoyed that. Great play from both of them. And I hope it was a fun experience and a good time. And I don't know what part they're at in their bracket. It isn't single elim, so you get more opportunities to play. But hope people enjoyed it. And like I said, you know, I'll get feedback from people who have maybe seen this type of thing. It's like T90, man, I actually really want to play in that. I wish I had known. If you do it again, I'll play. If I get feedback like that, maybe we'll do more. But also, the feedback's been pretty good so far from the 150 or so people that have played. So, again, economy really consistent there from Blue. It's amazing what happens when your villagers don't die if they're sneezed on. And Red still took some really good fights there. Red could learn a couple things to tweak, and Red might end up winning that game. Oh, Zeta2's in chat. Zeta2, I have a question for you. And please understand before you hear this question of mine that we loved those games and you're an amazing player, okay? Zeta2. What does Loom do? And if you don't know, it's okay. In fact, it's very understandable. And maybe even expected that you wouldn't know what it does. Could you just tell me? Zeta2 says, I got stressed about my uptime. Yeah, that makes sense. Blue had a really good uptime. Zeta2 says, I got stressed about my uptime, so I skipped Loom and thought I'd get it later. Really? And then forgot. Okay, all right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. I love that. So, Zeta, I only covered the last 2 games, but in both games, you lost dozens of villagers, and I would say that it was mostly because you didn't get Loom. Okay. So, that's just my tip to you. Like, the whole no Loom thing was a real problem. And so I would say you get Loom, and you can rewatch the games and hear some of the things I have to say. You'll be in a good spot. Well played. But yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? You think you need to be up faster, so you kind of rush without Loom, and then it's easy to forget those things because that is an upgrade you normally have in the earlier stages of games. I get it. All right, good stuff.